All right, everyone. Happy Saturday. Cast number 2 today. So we're going through the shop to show you guys what we got going on in the wood shop. So we got going on the paint shop. We got all things shipping out. We got guys shipping in furniture, or shipping out furniture. So I can show you a little bit of that. Again, how we pack things, how we wrap things, how we load things. Maybe you guys can get a glimpse of that. Show you the back of, essentially, there's a Sprinter van here. So we got that. We got polished stuff. We got brass to show you guys. Just a ton of cool things to show you guys. So I do this stream every Friday or Saturday. We go through the shop. We see exactly what's been done, what's been shipped out, what's it's all the pretty colors, all the pretty stained furniture, all the furniture that we put out here at the resplendentcrow.com. So who am I? Why are you here? My name is Eric Wilk, and I own the Resplendent Crow here in St. Louis, Missouri. We're a fine furniture boutique company. We do about 500 pieces a year. We got 8 employees. We've been doing this now for about 10 years, and it's a great middle-class living, great way to make money as a American business doing American things, selling to American people. So that's kind of what it is. So we'll start in here in the good old wood shop. Let me flip my camera around here. So for starters, we have our CNC router. So CNC router is almost done. And we've got all the motors on, motors over here, motors on the other side. We got the plenum beds in place. And next we need to get the vacuum system out. The vacuum system is going to go underneath here. We got to run a whole bunch of power from this wall into our router. And so, yeah, so we'll be cutting out a lot more parts out of plywoods, right? So router's kind of cool. And again, the company we got is Millwright. And so again, it's almost done. It's getting close. We got the electronics we got to install at this point, and then we're in pretty good shape there. So what are we going to do with this router? Let me show you exactly what are some of the things we'll do with this router and how we use them to make money. Okay, so if we come back into the other side of the wood shop, so you guys see we got a lot of different kinds of credenzas. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different credenzas going on right at the moment. Okay, and as you guys will see, when you look at your credenza, you've got a top panel, you've got an end panel, you've got a base panel, you've got a mid panel, and you have on the back, you've got a nailer. Okay, now all that stuff can be cut out on the router, and these are of course all the panels for the doors, right? So the doors are made up of angled pieces of trim that have a notch cut in them for a rabbet. Okay, the doors themselves, again, the center panels can be cut out on the router. All of these individual panels can then be cut out on that router, and so my cabinet maker here won't have to spend as much time routering out parts. Okay, now the doors themselves, the doors are going to utilize a 1/2-inch MDF panel, right, that is rabbeted in to our stock here. So that's how we make all the doors. So that CNC router, like I said, will help us cut out the end panels and all these other panels, and that frees your guy up to do more assembly work, more of the maybe the more difficult work to do. And this is one of the ways you leverage your time, you leverage your people, you grow production. So other things we got going on. I've done a little bit of work on the serpentine dresser. I haven't done a ton. I've just been working on other projects. So again, we got all of our nice serpentine reeded pieces. I just started making the base, right? So if you kind of look at it from the side, you kind of see what we got going on with the base. Base curves along there as well. And the way that you do that is with a lot of jigs. So the profile for the base looks like that. It's essentially a Roman ogee, right? So that's the profile that's going to fit all along the base, and it'll wrap around the side, and then of course obviously it'll get feet. So still working on that project. Just haven't had time to get back to it. So we got a lot of other things that are going on right now. A lot of other projects, a lot of other company growing kinds of things. So okay, back into let's go back into the wood shop. So we got this is a faux bamboo hutch, right, that's been painted and delivered. We got some nice paper in the back of it, but the client forgot to measure for a coffee maker. So the client was going to put a coffee maker under here. You got about 10 inches here. So that's not big enough now. So we got to basically grow this hutch is what they want us to do. So we'll probably end up adding some height onto the side of the hutch itself, along here on the side like so. End up adding height on there. We'll mimic all these details so everything matches correctly. Maybe put a fatter nailer in the back, or just cut out a new back. So it just kind of depends on what the customer wants to do. This paper is wildly expensive. It's highly textured, and like I said, very pricey stuff. So anyway, that's what's going on with that. So other things we're working on, do a lot of brass work right now. So let's see here. Let me see what I can show you guys over here. So if I flip this around, this is in the first beginning stages of buffing of brass. So this stuff has been sanded up to 4,000 grit, and now it's going through the process of being buffed. So the buffing wheel's over here. I did a live stream, I think it was yesterday or the day before, on how I do the buffing wheel, how I buff up all this brass and create all this cool stuff for my customers. So other pieces we got to do, we have to start the sanding process on these and then get them buffed as well. And I'll show you guys the cabinet that all this stuff goes to. So come back over here. So who do we got here? We got Sun in here. How much harder are rounded pieces to make than the more boxy square pieces? Twice as hard. Yeah, it is. That's how it works. So that's why most of the furniture you guys buy today, it's not pretty much, it's not all, but a lot of it is very boxy because it's being cut on a CNC router and assembled. A lot of your more intricate furniture is going to be made over in places like Thailand and Indonesia, Vietnam, because the labor is like 99 cents an hour over there, and then those guys can, you know, take the time to carve stuff. So very rare you find really good hand-built quality furniture in America. Just most people can't produce it. It's too expensive. The skills are dying. So, okay, so this is one of the pedestals for what I call the most beautiful desk in the world. If you guys go on to the Modern Woodworker on YouTube, you'll see that I've got a whole entire video dedicated to how I make this desk. Okay, so all of the spaces you're seeing here are going to get solid brass. So if you come over here, what you guys will see is we got a whole bunch of polished brass here. Now this brass, which is why I'm picking it up without gloves, has been waxed. All right, so it's not lacquered, it's waxed. Okay, so it's got a very nice polish on it. Looks fantastic. It's got nice, so you guys see the nice reflective qualities in there. See Erica, let's see what I'm talking about. Okay, this is going to go on here like so. So what I'll end up doing is we'll end up bonding this on place. So you get a really nice contrast between the Steinway black, you know, high gloss finish, and then the highly polished brass. You guys see what's going on there? See the red? Right, so it's really impressive when it's all done. It's like I said, very expensive thing to make. It takes a lot of time, but it's awesome. I love making them. So all of these individual pieces here, these have all been polished. The only one that has been waxed is this one right here, which is why I can touch it. You never want to touch polished metal because your oils and the moisture in your skin causes the metal to oxidize almost immediately. So definitely don't want to touch it. But anyway, so we'll outfit the back of this thing and the entire front of both of these pedestals with solid brass. Here is the outside of each pedestal. Again, everyone loves the reflections. So we'll, in this channel right here, again, we'll put brass all along here as well. And again, sorry guys, I don't have my mic today. I left my mic at home. But anyway, so that's kind of what we got going on there. So, but again, very consistent, beautiful finish, and this is what people like here. So the fronts here these are diamond fronts, right? Or we call them diamond. I guess they're not technically diamonds, but that's kind of what we call them. You call them chamfered fronts, whatever you want. But again, see the consistent finish, right? And this is right off the gun. There's no polish here. We don't polish anything on this cabinet unless we have to. So again, beautiful cherry drawers. They come out, they're 24 inches deep, and everything's on soft close slides. So hopefully it closes like it's supposed to. So yeah, but again, beautiful reflection, right? Then you got the upper assembly on this particular desk. This would be the back, right? So the back edge, we would come around to the front. And this, of course, is the unit that sits on top of the pedestals. Then the top, which I haven't shown you, rests on top of here, okay? So this, same deal. Oops, if I can hit these things to open. These ones are going to use side mount slides because the drawer boxes are so small. So again, but soft close everything. And again, you got the really nice reflection. It's going to be beautiful. Now there's metal that's going to wrap all the way along the underside of this entire top assembly. You have nice brass beadwork along here. Then it'll flow down to the pedestals, which again, beautiful brass along here. Now the unit, the top and the showcase of the desk is this piece right here. So this is the brass top, right? So this has got the same exact finish. Again, you guys can see all the dust. You can see what the ceiling looks like. If you want to put a nice, write my name in there, a little bit of dust. Again, dust doesn't hurt lacquer one bit. And again, amazing shine, right? So you have the beautiful brass that wraps along here. And right now, this brass, see we got to bond all the stuff on, so you guys see how that goes on there? Fits on there, you got a nice little channel right there. And you glue this stuff on, and then we're going to clamp it up so we get a nice tight fit on our miter joint there. And anyway, sides will look something kind of like that. Again, it's highly polished, and it's pretty cool. So it's one of those things that, again, I don't get to make a ton of them, but every time I get to make them, I really enjoy them, and I love when I'm able to give it to customers. Always love them. I mean, they just think they're the most beautiful things in the world. Okay, I'll turn the lights on here. I'll show you guys some more furniture. we'll get into final assembly, we'll get into paint, and see what kind of got going on over here. So again, appreciate everybody hanging out this morning. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Clearly, I've had a bunch of coffee, so I'm ready to go. All right, what do we got here? Flip this around. So these are that's what I call my cheap furniture. These are some little nightstands, right? Just little baby nightstands that go with a dresser. The furniture line's called Travers, and again, just an easier piece of furniture to make. Can all be made on a CNC router. Doesn't require any real handwork, any super crazy skills. But you just got a soft close drawer, basic area for storing junk, and then obviously a back. So very simple cabinet. Still working on getting the new Evans line credenza figured out. What I think we're gonna end up doing here. I got a table here. Let's move this table over here. So what I think we're gonna do here is we couldn't figure out the best way to do the hardware, right? So on my wife's 10-footer, it's 42 inches tall. This one is only 35 inches tall. So when we put the hardware here and here, like we would do on the taller one, it just didn't look right. The proportions are goofy. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna turn this and this drawer into a touch latch. So we're gonna make these touch latches that will open up and then just have simple hardware along here, because the aesthetic is more important than the function, right? The look is actually more important than how it works. So it has to have the right look. Otherwise people won't buy it. But again, same black finish, really nice looking piece. And like I said, it'll be pretty slick when it's done, but it just takes a long time to nail out all these details to get everything working right. So just a vintage Thomasville faux bamboo dresser. Again, what they do here, as I've worked on furniture more and more, we make replicas of these. And if you guys notice, you got faux bamboo along the top, but then it stops right here. So it doesn't carry all the way over. And it's never done that. It's not supposed to. But it just looks, to me, it just looks incomplete. But Thomasville has those nice Asian fretwork. That's kind of a staple of what it is that they do. So here's the hutch that goes on top of it. And again, nice looking piece. Made a bunch of these too. So it seems like whenever we can't find these vintage, I end up making them. Because again, just simple bead on your shelf, simple bead, faux bamboo, which we already built here, and then just a couple of panels. Actually a very easy piece to make. Just make a jig that mimics this profile and it's done. So super easy. So, okay, comments coming in. Let's read a few comments on, get over here to show final assembly and show you guys all the finished stuff. All right, let's see, who's this? We got Cody, sorry, son. Okay, mirror finish off the gun is impressive. Yeah, again, we don't, I love to polish furniture. We polish a ton of furniture, but don't have to always polish it, which is nice. So, all right, Cody Jones, 1980, have you ever made a TV stand, but you use the remote to make the TV come up out of the, yeah, in fact, I get inquiries on those all the time. And actually, I just got an inquiry to do one of those, I want to say like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And I used to put them in Gulfstream jets. So it's very common to see those in the credenzas on Gulfstream G650s, G650 ERs, and all of these kind of things. So there's a lot of them in those cabinets. We put them in there. The trick to making that thing work, like in the real world, is you got to use a really nice unit, right? You can't have some cheap little $1,200 unit. You got to spend the big bucks. You know, they're like $3,000 to $5,000 to get a really nice high quality unit. And that's just kind of what you got to do. But yeah, we get those inquiries all the time. Very rare that people will pay the money for them though. So they clearly don't want them that bad. So, okay, son, what's up, dear? Okay. Let's see, Eric, your hardware is not the one that isn't big enough. Eric, your hardware on that one isn't big enough. Yeah, I know. We like big, chunky hardware. My wife loves the big brass hardware on a lot of her things. It's kind of our aesthetic. We always put the big, chunky stuff on there, and people seem to like that. So, okay, JF's videos 2618. That's beautiful. And what finish was only with Sherwin high gloss? So yeah, we use a bunch of different finishes, guys. To be completely honest with you, we use Sherwin for most of our top coats. We'll use different manufacturers for our base coat. Right, base coat's could be even a cheaper product. You know, same nitrocellulose lacquer, but a different brand. That helps to cut your costs, right? So you're not spending that top dollar for all of the nitro that you're using. So little thing you do. We use Mohawk for some things. We use Sherwin-Williams for most things. And yeah, that's kind of what we generally use. So, okay, the square hardware ones. No, I meant that litter. The proportion isn't jiving. It should be a little bit bigger. So, son, are you talking about this one right here? So yeah, if you're probably right. We have a 5-inch version of this, and maybe that's what needs to be on there. You know, so that's actually a pretty good point. I'll see what the Queen Bee has to say about that. So, Okay, pretty good with color, proportion, and designs. Yeah, okay, good. There's Al, our shipper, and there's Sucheta, the wife. So you finally get to see who they are. Yeah. Al, how long have you worked with us? 9 years? Yeah, almost 10. Yeah, long time. I know, longer than I've been here. So, okay, here's one of our these are CNC made dressers, and again, I showed you guys the nightstands over there. These are the like I said, the dresser, and again, you get the resplendent crow finish, but again, you're going to get cheaper drawers, and the construction of the cabinet is just a little bit different. But again, you also get the resplendent hardware if you want it, and so people like to go that option sometimes. So, funny thing over here. So this is made by Theodore Alexander, and it probably won't show up very well because it's white. But if you guys look at the finish, this cabinet's made in Vietnam. This is an American-made cabinet. The customer sent this to us so that we could paint it. And what you'll see if you look at the, you guys aren't gonna be able to see, you can see something right there, just insane amounts of swirl marks, gobs of swirl marks, lots of sanding. Trying to get to the light here for you. A lot of sanding marks, a lot of buffing marks. And again, when you make things in the third world, you can pay people to sand and buff the shit out of your furniture. And that's just something we can't really afford to do, which is why we generally spray it right the first time if we can help it. Other cabinets we got in here, we got these faux bamboo vanities. We make tons of these, very popular. And again, this is a very skinny one if you guys will notice this. HUD, what color is this? Is this Chantilly or simply white? Chantilly, okay. Yeah, but anyway, cool looking piece. Again, sell lots of them. Great piece of furniture. I think this was here last week when I was showing you guys furniture. This is the color Ruby. And again, we sell tons of these. And again, really nice finish on it. Again, the darker the color, generally the better the gloss, right? Lighter the color, harder it is to see the reflection. Over here, we got, just took pictures of this. I think my wife just listed this. Really nice looking tall boy. Again, resplendent crow hardware. We got the pulls and then we got the back plates. So really good stuff. And again, really nice reflection on the front of this thing, and it turned out pretty good, so I think people are gonna like that. And I showed you guys, this is the first cabinet of Sucheta's new kitchen. I showed you guys that last week. Again, we got nice walnut drawer boxes, nice brass inlay along the face. It's gonna be pretty sick when it's done, but a lot of work to do to that one. Just listed this piece, which is Hedron dresser, 6 drawer. Again, beautiful color. The color is sweet rosy brown, I think is what the color is called. Again, it's a very nice looking piece. It's got pretty good reflection really, but not bad. Then you got, again, this is our hardware. We sell these bell pulls, and those are all at resplendentcrow.com. But again, pretty nice looking piece. Hedron is a legacy company that makes beautiful furniture. They're no longer in business, but you got nice drawer boxes in here. Very cool. So anyway, all right, what else we got in here? So we got more vanities. So we got this is Hermes Orange 2-door faux bamboo vanity. Again, really nice color, great gloss. And again, people just seem to love those things. Again, this is our hardware. We just started selling this, which is a nice rope looking with all these different stones in them. Really cool looking pieces. And of course, I think I might have shown you guys this last week. This is gonna be a vanity that has drawers in it. So if you look in here, got nice cherry drawers with cutouts for the plumbing. And of course, everything's on soft close slides, pretty sharp. So what else we got? So we got more credenzas. I always showed you guys these damn credenzas. Tons of them. This color, again, I think is ruby. Really sharp looking piece, but again, lots of dust because it's a factory. We got one more over here. This is a 40-inch Zane credenza in some kind of an electric blue type color. Hon, what's this blue called? Yeah, electric blue. What's it called? Electric. It is electric blue? Okay. Yeah, electric blue. Again, sharp looking piece, right? I really like this, especially with the chrome. I think it looks better with the chrome than with the brass. So, all right, so we got that going on. Then you got the black, another black credenza over here with, again, more of our Lotus hardware. Pretty sharp looking, right? Black always just shows so well. You can never go wrong with black and brass. It's just absolutely timeless. So, okay, so I think that is the bulk of what is in the shop. I can show you guys some stuff out in back that the guys are wrapping. And then I think that is about all that I have to show you guys for today. So it looks like I'm gonna get in and out of here pretty quick. More comments. Okay. Let's see, could be, so Son says yes, could be a bit bigger. Yeah, okay, well, Son, I will absolutely mention it to Sucheta. So this is a JPEJD, enough pal, he's a pro. Yep, I think I'm a professional at this point. I don't have the filler most people do with. Okay, good. All right, Son's got all his comments in here. That's good. Okay, so come back over here. This is back in the shipping area. Got lots of things going on in here. Guys are wrapping stuff up, getting stuff ready to go to, where are you going? Northeast?
Northeast.
Northeast.
New York, Boston.
New York and Boston. All right. So most of what they do is they're going to fill up the Sprinter van. They'll fill the stuff and they'll go all the way to the Northeast and, like I said, drop the stuff all the way up the East Coast. You guys kind of see what they got going on here. They're going to shrink wrap everything. Shrink wrap it. They put foam on it, and then they're going to blanket wrap it, shrink wrap it again for transport. So that's what they'll end up doing here. So okay, and back in here. So other things we're doing today, we're getting ready to tear some walls out so we can open up our picture room. So this is the dirty old picture room. This is where all the magic happens, where all the pictures are taken. Again, it's just this tiny little room that's just painted white. This is actually a bathroom, an old freaking bathroom. So this thing needs to be tore out. Guys are coming in there tearing this shit out, and we're sheetrocking everything up to the window, and then we're filling in. You got a big gap right here. You know, so we're gonna level all the stuff off, put new plank flooring down so that we can open up the picture area, because our furniture is getting bigger and bigger. So we need to be able to fit large pieces of furniture and get a good kind of expansive view. Right now, we got to do a little bit of trickery. You got to get way back in here just to fit in large pieces. Very difficult to get like good angled shots of large pieces. So that's kind of why we're doing that. But anyway, another Zane credenza, right? 60-incher. This is, I believe this is Old Navy. And again, great gloss, shows real well. Really nice looking piece. These are lion head door knocker pulls. So we sell a ton of these. Actually, I just got in, I would say I almost got in like 100 of these things. So we got a lot of them to sell. And they're pretty cool. People like them. So cool looking piece of furniture there. And I think it's about all we got to show you guys today. Got a couple of nightstands back here. They're kind of cute. So I think these are Henderson nightstands. And these have our brand new, oh God, I forget what Suchetta's calling these. Basically like diamond front line. Pretty cool looking piece. So we got these in a single rock like this. We got a triple rock, and then I think there's one that has 6 rocks on it as well. So pretty cool looking piece. Last thing is back in here. I think I showed you guys all this. This is a 100-inch long Zane credenza. So super long. This one's also go to the Northeast. This is this kind of looks like Washington blue, or maybe yeah, maybe Washington blue. But again, really nice looking piece, and it shows really well, and people love them. Lots of good storage and fantastic thing. And again, I could put all the stuff on my router. I can cut out all these parts, which would be really nice. So last thing is hutch. I think I showed you guys this last week. Beautiful Tebow paper, real popular paper. People seem to really like that stuff. And again, completely vintage. We just paint all the hardware. And again, same Thomasville style fretwork. And again, nothing on the sides, right? This thing is meant to, essentially the hutch is meant to line up with the outside. When I build these, I put the fretwork on the outside. I think it just looks better, finishes nicer. So, all right, y'all, look at that, 22 minutes. So you got 2 hours of politics from me this morning, and you got 20 minutes of what's in the shop. So let's see, let's go run through questions real quick, and then we'll get the heck out of here. Let's see, what's that on?
No, I'm just, I need marker.
Okay.
Let me just mark.
All right, so Son says that Zane plus mirror works well together. Yeah, maybe that's why my wife, uses it for taking pictures. She's always just cranking out lots of pictures. That's what you got to do, guys. You got to let people know what you got, and you just got to be consistent, putting product out, putting pictures out, and doing all that work, because that's the grind, man. You just got to do it. So anyway, guys, I think this is all I got to show you guys for today. So we're turning over a lot of pieces this week. We're delivering, I think they're rapid like 10 or 12 pieces to go up to the Northeast this week, and then next week they'll probably go down to Florida, and take 10 or 12 pieces down there. So this is how it goes every week. Just keep cranking this stuff out, and that's the grind of being a furniture maker and a lacquer paint company. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll again show you what's in the shop on Friday or Saturday. Try and do some kind of a current events talk in the morning, and try and do at least one cast a week, showing you guys how to do something, whether that's building furniture, whether that's working with metal, whether that's painting, paint related, whatever. Just always trying to teach you guys something. So you guys have a good one. We'll yak at you later.